That looks pretty good. What are you eating? An Oreo McFlurry, but for about 200 calories less and 37 more grams of protein. That can't be done. Yeah, it can. What's going on, savages? Today, I am making your inner fat kid dreams come true. Yay. We are making a McDonald's Oreo McFlurry, but leaner. That means less calories and more protein. How this video is gonna work is I'm gonna go to McDonald's, I'm gonna try their McFlurry, and I'm gonna remake it. And then at the end, we're gonna do the ultimate taste test, and I'm gonna tell you on a percentage level of 0% to 100%, how close is this to the real deal? Because as we all know, when we're doing lower calorie takes on things, it never tastes just as good as the real deal. But if you can get it to about like 80, 90%, that's a good food swap. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliana. I'm a retired lifetime pro bikini champion, wife and mother. My mission here on this channel is to help you get into the best shape of your life without giving up the foods that you love. It's like the fitness influencers say,
you gotta make it a lifestyle.
I made this recipe a bunch of times before. I have yet to taste it side by side with McDonald's. I'm looking forward to going on over to McDonald's and really see how it stacks up. We're going to McDonald's. The last time I went to McDonald's was maybe like 3 months ago. I had just been to the doctor and I gotten a blood test, and in my mind I was like, you deserve this. And I think that's the narrative with a lot of people going to get treats is, oh, you deserve it. It's like, do you really? Do you really deserve it? I don't know about you, but when I go in to get a McFlurry, it's like, it's hard for me to
just have one.
I have no shame going through that drive-thru like 5 times.
No shame.
We're about to turn inside. They don't even have a drive-thru. It's just curbside pickup, so I gotta use the app. Okay, we're gonna go inside and be old-fashioned. Let's do it. Oh, they try and upsell ya. We got the goods. So we made it home with the real deal McFlurry. Give it a taste. Yep, really good. Ooh. If I got fat off of this, I wouldn't be that mad about it because it's really good. Let's get started on making the leaner version. Okay, so we got our handy dandy food scale. If you're on your fitness journey and you have a food scale, you're kind of just like shooting in the dark. You don't really know what you're putting into your body. A food scale allows you to get an understanding of portion sizes so you can understand how to properly fuel your body. One of my #1 tips for people that are getting started in the gym is understand what your caloric needs are by tracking macros and weighing your food. So pick up a food scale. I'll link one below for like $10 on Amazon. Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to weigh out our Greek yogurt base. The base ingredient for this mixture that we're gonna be using is a 0% milk fat Greek yogurt. I'm gonna be using Fage. It says it's pronounced Faye. I'm gonna be using this one because it's thick. This is gonna help me get as close as possible to the consistency of McDonald's soft serve. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our sweetener and the thing that makes it taste like soft serve. The first thing that I noticed about the McDonald's soft serve is that it's got this milky, sugary taste. That's exactly what makes ice cream taste so good and addicting, is that you have this combination of high fat and high sugar. And that is like a winning combination for eating a lot of it and wanting more. Instead of putting cream or whole milk into this mixture, how can I trade the fat content for protein content? Why am I gonna do protein? Protein is a macronutrient that burns more calories just by being digested. There's this thing called the thermic effect of food. And when you eat about 100 grams of protein, 20 to 30 of those calories just goes into digestion. So net, you're really only eating about 70 calories, as opposed to 100 grams of fat, where only 2 to 5% of those calories go to digestion. So I'm not saying don't include fat in your diet. Absolutely, we need to be including healthy fats. They help us feel full. They help us with our hormones and brain function. So what I'm saying is, how can we take this Oreo McDonald's McFlurry and take it from 20 grams of fat to a lot less than that and allocate that 20 grams of fat to being much more protein? One of the cereal milk proteins is gonna do the job. Something like the cereal milk protein from Ghost really brings out like a milky vibe in anything you mix it with. Intuitively, you would think that if I was trying to remake an Oreo McFlurry, I would use an Oreo protein, but that's not actually the case. Next ingredient we're gonna be including is 6 packets of sucralose or Splenda. Listen, you can use stevia or whatever 0-calorie sweetener you want. I can just promise you it's not gonna taste as good. Give that a good mixeroo. After this is done mixing, if you have the patience to put it in the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour, absolutely do that. I don't have the discipline for that, so I just let's move on to the next step. We need something that's like Oreo S. You can use Oreo Thins. The only difference is that it's gonna add about 20 more calories. And some people are on their weight loss journey and really struggle with just keeping Oreo Thins in the house. And I totally get that. I know my husband is, I have to like hide everything around the house because otherwise he'll just eat the whole package of Oreos. It happens. Something you'd probably be less likely to just kind of rummage the cabinets and binge on is this Oreo O cereal. It's definitely not as tasty as Oreo Thins or regular Oreos, but it gets the job done, making your brain think that you're eating an actual Oreo McFlurry. Measure out 20 grams of Oreo O's, put them in a plastic bag, mash them up until they're crumb-like consistency, and mix them on into your McFlurry. This is what the leaner version looks like. And now for the final part, the taste test. Woo! Here we have in one corner a real Oreo McFlurry for 510 calories, 12 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and 17 grams of fat. And in the other corner, we have the leaner version of the Oreo McFlurry, which has 320 calories, 47 grams of protein, 29 carbs, and 2 grams of fat. Let's give it a taste of the real Oreo McFlurry. Really good. The leaner version. 80% of the way there. Pretty good. I think the one thing I would change, maybe put like a little bit of milk inside, because the soft serve is definitely very milky. If you haven't already, make sure you get on the wait list for my cookbook so you get the 50% discount when it goes live later this year. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys so much. Make good choices, and I will see you in the next video.